Hello everyone, this is Golden Warrior 0000 here with my review of Alan Wake for the Xbox 360. Now, before I get started, I once again have something to tell you. This game is not for everybody. Only certain people will like this game. It's very Heavy Rain-esque. I will be doing a review of Heavy Rain a little later today, by the way. And I kind of feel like it's the Xbox 360's answer to the PS3's Heavy Rain game. It's kind of their answer to it. It's very similar in many aspects, but it couldn't be more different in the gameplay and every other aspects. It's the same in the aspect that the story is amazing. That's what makes this game stand out from all the other games, is the amazing story that they have and all the other amazing stuff they put into the game. First of all, the graphics in the game are pretty awesome. I mean, in the cutscenes, the graphics and the visuals tend to be amazing. Breathtaking scenery. I mean, I really like it. And that quote at the beginning of the game, I can't remember it, but it was a really great quote they had at the very beginning of the game. It was from Stephen King, and it couldn't ring any truer to the events of this game, because the game was just so awe-inspiring and awesome with that scenery. I loved every minute of the game I played. I thought the graphics, that even when they weren't scenery, were amazing. I felt they were pretty good graphics for a game of this caliber, and I think they fit in perfectly with the game and with the story that the game is trying to tell. Okay, now on to the gameplay. This kind of bothered me a little. Just a little, though. Fighting things with a flashlight is kind of weird. I mean, it's unique to this game, I'll give it that, but fighting possessed items with a flashlight and killing them with a flashlight, it's just kind of a weird thing that I don't really get at all. I don't really understand why they bothered doing that. But, the weapons you get in this game are pretty versatile. I mean, you get flares, a flare gun, some other stuff I can't really remember, not important, but you do get a pretty good variety of weapons for such a game like this. And I'm just having a major brain fart here. I can't really think. The number of weapons you get for this game is pretty good, in my opinion. And I'm going to end that comment with that comment. Okay, the overall story of the game. Before I get to the story of the game, I'm going to go to the characters of the game. Alan Wake is an amazing protagonist, and being inside his head is just so awesome. I love it. And Barry, another great character. He's just so funny. Whenever things are getting too serious, Barry always pops up and makes everything look so much better than it needs to be. Something else. The finding of the manuscript pages and finding out what's going to happen ahead of time, that's also interesting, because you don't know exactly when it's going to happen or exactly who they're talking about. Sometimes you think you do, but you don't. I was fooled a couple of times, I'll tell you. And just when you think you've got all the answers, they change the questions. That's the kind of game this is. They like to change the questions on you. Okay, now we get to the story. The story is amazing. It is the best part of the game, hands down. I loved the story. There's so much with every twist and turn, the darkness, the evil, the light, the battle, the past, present, future. You're all wondering, as you go to this game, how is everything going to resolve itself? What's gonna happen? Is this all a dream? Is he crazy? These questions are all answered throughout the game. You find out exactly what's going on, and even when you get to the ending, you're still wondering what exactly happened. Because at the end is left to interpretation. I'm not going to ruin the ending for you. I'm not going to tell you that blank happens when blank does blank and blank. I'm not going to fill in those blanks. You have to fill them in yourself. Go play the game. It's a good game. If you don't like any other part of the game, you at least have to like the story. Just because it's so interesting. I found the story so interesting, and normally I'm enwrapped in the gameplay so much that I don't even notice the story. But the story is the thing that just jumped out at me and said, boo. It was incredible, and I loved it. And the way they do that previously on Alan Wake things, so you can remember what you just went through, is pretty cool. I like that too. That's a good idea to add into the game. It's a nice concept. Something else I didn't like though was the crows. I felt the crows and the poltergeist objects didn't really fit well with the story, and they shouldn't have been there at all. I felt that the game designers could have made a good game without the crows or the poltergeist objects, but I guess they had to have something to fill in the missing gaps in the game that they couldn't fill in by themselves or without them. Okay, now it's time for my overall review or final review of this game. Overall, this is a great game with a great story. Some bits may not be for you. The driving bits, the fighting bits, they may not be for everyone, but the story is so amazing that these other littler parts, there's not a lot wrong with the other parts, but the story just makes it so amazing that I gotta give this game a 4 out of 5. I recommend this game for anybody who liked Heavy Rain. If you liked Heavy Rain, you'd probably like this game. If you didn't like Heavy Rain, you'd probably still like this game. Okay, this has been Golden Warrior 0000 with another review, and stay out of the dark, use your flashlight, and I will see you next time, viewer.